tobacco company can only have one brand name on a car. Marlboro was the one of choice. Players could not appear on the side of this car, so it just says a tradition of excellence and the Players logo, and that is it. And they had a point to prove, and they have proved it in the very best way. A brilliant drive by Greg Moore, tremendous teamwork by his race engineer Steve Challis and this whole Players Forsyth racing team.
Fantastic, and Moore, one of the championship favourites, there's no doubt about that, has started his campaign as he wanted to. And in fact, if you look at the top 4 positions today, you have to say that those 4 drivers are all such worthy contenders for the title. We mentioned 3 of them earlier. We said Moore, Franchitti and Vassar, and I suppose we were a bit unfair to miss out Andretti, and there he is. Andretti 2nd, Franchitti 3rd, Vassar 4th. Those 4 drivers, I think, are going to be battling throughout this season.
They certainly are, and they're all going to be delighted to get their seasons off to such a good start. And Max Papis in 5th place, a great run by him. He was 10 seconds or so behind Jimmy Vassar, but still an excellent run. Equals his career best, of course, for the Italian driver. And Gilles de Ferner up to 6th after that heavy crash yesterday from the back of the grid. Another brilliant drive, really, from Gilles de Ferner. It's great to see his luck turning around a bit, but the man of the day, no question about it, is Greg Moore.
Yeah, fantastic from Greg Moore, and it's a win, of course, for Reynard, a win for Mercedes, and that's a crucial point as well. It's the 2nd year of development of that Ilmor engine, and all the Ilmor engines this year being built in Detroit at their facility. It's the Ilmor facilities. They've changed the way and the place where they're building the motors, and they'll be delighted with that. Mercedes taking their 1st win of the year. 2nd place for a Swift Ford, and 3rd place for a Reynard Honda. So we've got all the manufacturers right up there in this first podium.
They've got a rostrum over here now and a new bit of ceremony that will be introduced to the finish of these events. Greg will be up here momentarily, and we'll have an opportunity to get a word with him. And Greg, this is one of those ideal ways to start the season. I don't imagine you could be happier, but what we're wondering, how much of a gamble was it in terms of the fuel in the last few laps? Were you nervous?
I was running the leanest that I could for a while, and then they kept telling me to bring it off, bring it off, bring it off. And, you know, my guys, the whole Players team, I mean, Alex deserves a big pat in the head for this one. He's our fuel guy, and, I mean, what an awesome job, I mean, for everybody here. Just first race of the year, you know, this place, almost like it owed us something, and we finally got it. I mean, it's a good job for everybody.
Have you been feeling any kind of pressure because so many people have said you and your team are top championship caliber material for 1999?
Well, I think this just shows that we're going to be good on the ovals. It's just a question now what happens on the street and the road circuits, but I firmly expect once we get to Long Beach, we'll surprise a lot of people. But, I mean, what a perfect day. I mean, I was a little worried there because Dario was running so strong, but then he came in, he wouldn't gamble on that fuel, and I had confidence in my guys. It's just a great day for everyone here at the Players team.
Any time on the racetrack, did you encounter difficulty, apprehension, something that maybe kind of brought your heart up close to your throat?
The first stint with my car was extremely loose, and you know, all I could do was just hang on. You know, I kept Pat behind me, but he was awfully strong. Too bad for him. It could have been a good Players 1-2, but most importantly is I won.
Indeed, and what a way to start a championship chase. You only got, what, 19 more to go?
Exactly.